Really, talking to girls can be very simple. You just have to be aware of a couple of do's and don'ts. Like, I'll start with something simple. When you're texting with someone, you generally want that person to text back as quickly as possible, right? Well, girls are the same way. So when texting with a girl, try to respond as quickly as possible. But actually, don't do that because for some reason, when you respond right away, girls tend to see that as you having nothing better to do than texting them. So, yeah, definitely take your time before texting back. Hmm. Okay, this is less simple than I thought. Whatever, next point. Whether you do or don't talk to multiple people at the same time is really not the point right now. Honestly, I feel like most people in this day and age do, even though everybody still judges everybody else for doing it. And I do have some thoughts and opinions about the entire thing, but okay, that's a topic for a different time. Wait, why was I talking about this again? Oh, right, talking to multiple people. Whether you do it or not, it is very important to not let the girl you're talking to know that you're talking to other people. Okay, next point. It is very important to not let the girl you're talking to know that you're not talking to other people. Wait, what? Okay, yes. You know what? Talking to girls, or talking to guys for that matter, isn't something that has a one size fits all answer. As you probably know, things that work with one girl or guy don't work with another girl or guy, and vice versa. And that's simply because every person is different. And so every person's preferences are a little different as well. There are some things I do really feel like help regardless, and I'll talk about those at the end of this video. But there's actually something way more interesting that I want to dive into first. Instead of talking about how you should talk to girls, I'm going to talk about how you should talk to girls. And guys, this plate is going to cut both ways. Now, there's three major things I want to touch on. No, not those. First and foremost, I feel like that when you're talking to someone that you're interested in, you should be yourself. Now, I'm not saying that you should immediately show all parts of yourself. Actually, I would strongly advise against that. But I do think that you shouldn't be someone you're not. This whole talking stage thing should be a quick stage where both parties get a rough feel for what the other person is like. So, if I'm talking to someone and all of a sudden I'm acting like a completely different person, that kind of defeats the whole purpose, now doesn't it? Look, as I said, if you have some more obscure and not publicly loved interests, I think it would be wise to keep those to yourself for the first little bit. But if someone confronts you about it, don't lie. Say you're really into country music, for example. Like when you're driving, country's in the back. Working out, country's in the back. You're Romania, country's in the back of the EU.
Wow, that was a bad joke.
Hey, shut up! Anyway, you're really into country music. Now, that's not for everyone. Like I'd say most people would rather never listen to it than listen to it every day. And that unfortunately means that if your potential love interest found out about your country obsession before learning anything else about you, it could scare them off. Which is why I'm saying, maybe keep it to yourself at first. But if the topic does come up before you were planning to share your love for it, don't say you don't like it. You are who you are, and that's fucking amazing. So let people meet that person. And even if you don't agree that you're a bad mama jamma, you should still show the real you. Because at the end of the day, that is who you are. And better have someone be scared off by that in the first couple of minutes than having them run away with their tail between their legs after having put days or weeks of your time into talking with them. So yeah, be yourself. Drip in some goofiness, slide in some sarcasm, say your real age, mention that anime. Don't mention that anime yet. But just be yourself. Now, that brings us to the second point though. If everybody's going to be showing who they are, we really should try to give each other the benefit of the doubt. And you'll find that that actually might be harder than it sounds. In 1977, Lee Ross and Craig Anderson were trying to understand how people interpret and attribute the things they witness. And in their article, The Intuitive Psychologist and His Shortcomings, Distortions in the Attribution Process, they came to an interesting conclusion. Apparently, we humans do a very peculiar thing when seeing strangers do something. Namely, we immediately attribute it to their personality. So what that means in the real world is that when you see someone you don't know do something, you'll believe that that says a lot about what that person is like. And that's why I'm saying it might be harder than you think to actually give someone you don't know the benefit of the doubt when you're texting with them. When you're texting with a girl for the first time and she mentions that she studies mathematics, for example, your brain will immediately pull up all the information and stereotypes you have about mathematics students and try to drop them on this girl, completely changing the way you might look at her. This whole phenomenon has been given the psychological term fundamental attribution error. And I'm sure that back when it entered our systems through evolution, it was super helpful. Oh look, it's a cute kitty cat. Oh, never mind, it just slaughtered that antelope. It's a bad kitty, we should kill it. But nowadays, I feel like things aren't so simple anymore. Life is not some badly scripted movie where people are defined by a single trait. So, by judging a person off of the first couple of things you hear or see about them, I'd say you'd rarely get it right. So that's why I'm saying, give the boy or girl you're talking to the benefit of the doubt. Yes, he or she might have said something really off just now, but it doesn't mean that the entire person is off. At this point, you're already talking with the person, so I'd assume there's at least some interest. Might as well stick around and figure out what the person is actually like. I mean, I get it though. Maybe you are a little interested, but this other person only seems to be interested in something else. But honestly, I don't think there should be a problem here. This potential conflict of interest seems easy enough to resolve. Just ask the other person what they're looking for. But yeah, that kind of brings us to the third and final point. For this entire thing to work, it is kind of key that you're honest. There's really no point in asking the boy you're talking to what he's looking for if he'll just lie and tell you what he thinks you want to hear. Nor is there any point in answering yourself if you'll just give the answer that a good, proper girl is supposed to give. I honestly feel like now more than ever, there are parts of romantic interacting that have become almost stigmatized. Guys are damn near scared out of treating girls right out of fear of being called a simp. And generally speaking, girls are still afraid to admit to just wanting something physical for the fun of it because they'll be labeled sluts. And both sides are well aware of those labels and their negative connotations. So when a girl notices a guy simping or a guy finds out that the girl he's talking to is just slutting around, they'll drop them. Even though the girl is looking for a guy that devotes all of his energy to her and the guy is just looking for a girl for the physical stuff. Oh my god, this world is stupid. And so, guys that secretly just want to care for and focus on a single girl pretend like they don't really care that much, and girls that actually just want to jump the sack already pretend to care about getting to know each other first. So when that "what are you looking for" question rolls around, things are super blurry. And for no reason, in my opinion. If you're here just for sex, let me know. If you're here in hopes of finding a relationship, let me know. If you're here because it's COVID day a trillion and you're just trying to get to know someone that you think is kind of cute, thank you and let me know. If I now do the same thing, we'll know if we're on the same page and there will at the very least be less misunderstandings. Look, I'm aware that things will probably never actually get to this point. But I really do believe that when talking to others, you should be yourself. Give the other the benefit of the doubt and be honest about your intentions, both to the other as well as to yourself. Until the seed for personal gain magically disappears from the world, however, there are some things I've noticed help regardless when talking to someone you like. And these worked both for me when talking to girls as well as for girls that were talking to me. First is just be confident. If you don't believe you're worth someone's time, you can't really expect them to think so. So be proud of who you are, flaws and all, and most of the time if you show that, that in itself will already be attractive. And second is, be authentic. Being true to your word and having your actions line up with who you say you are is a trait that people really gravitate towards. And that's actually not just in romance, but in anything in life. Being authentic makes you more dependable and makes it worth it for others to invest time into it. Well, that was it for this week. I really hope you enjoyed the video and you know what? Maybe even learned something from it. I don't know. Either way, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and ring that bell. Apart from that, I want to say Floris van der Broek, really thank you for the comment. It was super amazing to see that come in, and it was even more amazing to be able to make a video in response to it. I really feel like a real YouTuber. I don't know. So yeah, I really appreciate you doing that. As for the rest of you, if anyone ever has a topic that they're like, oh, it might be cool to do something on that, let me know in the comments. I promise I'll be looking at it. I won't promise I make a video on it per se, but I'll definitely keep it in mind. And then the third and last thing I want to say is, I love y'all, that's for sure, but that's not actually what I wanted to say. What I was wanting to say is, there's not going to be a video every week. I noticed that at where I'm at right now, that's not manageable for me yet. I don't know how stuff works well enough to be, doing things so consistently, but when I finish a video, which I will be continuously working on, they will be posted on Thursdays. And if you want to know which Thursday exactly, definitely ring that bell because you'll just be notified on your phone, or follow me on Instagram or Twitter, either one, maybe both, because I'll definitely be posting on there. That's all I had to say. I love y'all and deuces. All right. Oh, my hair is different because it's so wet.
GC on the track, boy.